One emotional family emergency has now turned into a full internet discussion about loyalty, inner circles, and the surprisingly complicated dynamics hiding underneath the Bates family image. Warden Bates and Kaybrie originally shared their private wedding ceremony as a deeply personal story centered around grief, urgency, and one final chance for her father to walk her down the aisle before his passing. But almost immediately, viewers became just as focused on who showed up to support the couple as they were on the wedding itself. In a family famous for huge gatherings packed with siblings, spouses, babies, and extended relatives, this ceremony looked shockingly small, and the internet noticed instantly. The entire conversation really intensified after Kaybrie publicly thanked the very specific group of family members who helped pull the ceremony together within barely 24 hours. In her emotional caption, she explained that once her father's condition rapidly worsened, the wedding plans completely changed overnight. Instead of waiting for their larger September ceremony, the couple quietly organized a much smaller private wedding so her father could still be there to walk her down the aisle before he passed away only days later. But what really stood out to viewers was how specifically Kaybrie acknowledged the people who stepped in during that emotional chaos. She directly thanked Josie, Kelton, Carlin, Evan, Lydia, Trace, and Ellie for dropping everything on a Monday to help create the ceremony almost instantly. According to her post, this small group spent the entire day planning, shopping, decorating, organizing details, and helping build what she described as memories she would treasure forever. And honestly, the wording of the caption made the moment feel much more intimate than a typical Bates family milestone update. Instead of sounding like a massive family production, it felt like a very small support system quietly rallying together during a crisis. That feeling became even stronger once Kaybrie followed up with Instagram story photos, confirming exactly who attended the ceremony itself. The images showed Warden and Kaybrie standing outside on the front steps of Carlin and Evan Stewart's home, surrounded by only a tiny group of relatives. Gil and Kelly Jo Bates, Trace and Lydia, Kelton and Josie, Evan and Carlin, plus Ellie. Across the story, Kaybrie added a message thanking them all and admitting she loved them more than words can say. And honestly, the photos immediately changed the tone of the online conversation because viewers realized just how unusually small the gathering really was for this family. In most Bates family weddings, the guest list usually feels endless. Engagements, baby showers, birthdays, and weddings almost always turn into giant family reunions involving siblings flying in from different states alongside massive group photos packed with relatives. So, seeing Warden get married with only a handful of siblings present instantly triggered huge speculation online. Suddenly, viewers were no longer just talking about the emotional wedding story anymore. They were trying to figure out why so many major members of the family were completely absent. One detail that especially caught people's attention was the fact that the ceremony happened directly at Carlin and Evan's house, which is still actively under renovation. Kaybrie even revealed that Kelly Jo Bates had been frantically searching Facebook Marketplace, trying to find a dress for the emergency ceremony on almost no notice. And honestly, those details gave the entire situation a much rawer and more emotional atmosphere than the polished, highly coordinated weddings viewers usually associate with the Bates family brand. Instead of massive venues and elaborate production, this felt improvised, emotional, and deeply personal. But once Reddit got involved, the conversation immediately shifted into analysis mode. A discussion thread focused entirely on the guest list, quickly filled with theories about why so many sibling households were missing from such a major life moment. Some commenters argued the explanation was completely simple. A 24-hour emergency wedding naturally limits travel plans, especially for siblings living out of state with children and jobs. But others believed the photos quietly revealed something much bigger about the family's internal dynamics. Several commenters pointed out that the siblings present at the ceremony are generally viewed online as one of the closest knit circles within the larger Bates family. That observation immediately fueled theories about whether certain siblings naturally maintain stronger relationships behind the scenes, while others have slowly drifted apart over time because of schedules, distance, or lifestyle differences. And honestly, that kind of speculation spread quickly, because viewers have spent years analyzing which Bates siblings consistently show up for each other online and which relationships now feel noticeably quieter than they once did. At the same time, Instagram remained far more emotional and supportive overall. Carlin commented calling the ceremony a beautiful day, while Lydia, Lawson, and Ellie also flooded the post with love and encouragement. Many fans praised Carlin and Evan specifically for immediately opening their home during such a painful moment, with several viewers admitting the setting somehow made the ceremony feel even more meaningful and intimate. Others focused entirely on the emotional reality of Kaybrie's father still getting the chance to walk her down the aisle before his passing, calling the entire situation heartbreaking but beautiful at the same time. Meanwhile, Reddit predictably found an entirely different angle to obsess over. Once the guest list discussion slowed down, the internet quickly shifted toward criticizing the visual appearance of the wedding itself, especially Kaybrie's spray tan. Multiple users brutally mocked the contrast between her face and hands, with several commenters joking that the tanning salon should never use those photos for advertising. Others started debating the dresses worn by Ellie and the other women at the ceremony, while a completely separate discussion formed around why so many Bates-related weddings seem to feature the exact same deep spray tan aesthetic every single time. Honestly, it was one of those moments where the internet managed to turn an emotionally fragile family event into commentary about bronzer shades and bridesmaid styling within hours. And maybe that is exactly why this story became so fascinating online. At its center, this was simply a grieving daughter trying to create one final memory with her father before losing him forever. But surrounding that emotional core, the internet immediately built an entirely separate conversation about sibling loyalty, family closeness, attendance patterns, beauty choices, and hidden dynamics within one of reality TV's most closely watched families. And honestly, that contrast perfectly captures what following the Bates family online feels like now. Even the most private and emotional moments no longer stay private for very long before becoming public analysis. But now I want to hear from you guys. What was your biggest reaction to Warden and Kaybrie's small emergency wedding ceremony? Do you think the limited guest list simply came down to timing and logistics, or do you understand why some viewers believe it revealed deeper sibling dynamics inside the family? And honestly, what did you think about the internet becoming completely distracted by spray tans and dresses during such an emotional moment? Drop all your thoughts and theories down below. And if you want more Bates family updates, internet deep dives, and reality TV breakdowns, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next video. Stay safe out there, and I will see you guys in the next one.